Eliot Engel on the House Energy and Commerce Committee. Congressman, welcome. It's very good to have you with us today.
Thank you. Good to be here.
You know, there's this feeling, we spoke about it a little bit earlier in a broad sense, that the administration is putting their own interests and their own, hope for success ahead of those in Congress who've taken some pretty tough votes for them, including their responses on the issues of immigration. What do you say to that?
Well, I think that immigration reform is something whose time has come. You know, we've kicked the can down the road so much for so many years, and I think eventually we've got to grab the bull by the horns. I know a lot of members feel that we've tackled a lot of difficult things this year and have had a lot of difficult votes, and that we ought to let it go till after the election. And perhaps they're right, but I do think that we are going to have to come to grips with the immigration problem in the United States. And if we don't do it this year, I think certainly next year is very warranted.
So what do you say, well, that may be merited, that they say that this shouldn't be a priority right now. What's your, on a personal level, when you look at this effort, the amount of time and effort that's gone into the Department of Justice bringing this lawsuit against one of our 50 states, against Arizona, is this something that you would advise the administration to stick with or to dump for right now?
Well, I'm not in favor of the Arizona law because I think it presents a lot of problems. But I will tell you that I have one of my sons goes to the University of Arizona, and when I was there at his graduation, that's all everyone spoke about. The feeling in Arizona is that the federal government hasn't done its job in securing the borders and protecting the borders, and they feel that they have to take matters into their own hands. I mean, I understand what President Obama is doing, because you cannot have 50 states going their own way. But if we're going to say that, then the federal government needs to grab the bull by the horns and do something so states don't feel like they're desperate. So I don't support the law, but I think that we have not done our job here in Washington in terms of passing comprehensive immigration reform, and we need to do that quickly. The 11 or 12 million undocumented people or illegal immigrants that are here are not going away. We've got to figure out a way to make them to work their way to become citizens eventually. But we have to secure our borders. We just cannot have people coming across our borders and then years down the line we make them citizens. We've got to do this now, and coupled with it, we must secure our borders.
I find it really interesting, Congressman, that your own experience of going to Arizona and attending your son's graduation there and hearing what the people in Arizona are saying made an impression on you in terms of your own understanding of the situation. People in Arizona have asked many times for the president to come to the border to talk to people as you did there. Why do you think he hasn't done that?
Well, I don't know. I do know that the president is for comprehensive immigration reform. I mean, even Senator McCain, who's from Arizona, a Republican, has always talked about immigration reform. And frankly, I favor a type of plan that Senator McCain has talked about for years and years. I think that's our only way out. You know, we did something like this during the Reagan administration, and it was supposed to end the problem once and for all. But we punted. We didn't secure our borders. We didn't make sure that the borders were secure.
Let me ask you this. There's a sentiment that some of the Democratic lawmakers on the Hill feel that the White House is sort of jeopardizing some election capital in putting so much into this effort, and that they're doing it so that they can secure the Latino vote in the presidential election. What do you think about that?
Well, there's always going to be charges and counter charges with politics. I mean, there's always tension. I don't care who the president is.
Do you think that's the case? Do you think that's why they're pursuing this, because of the Latino vote in 2012?
No, you don't. No. I think the Arizona law is troubling, because what it will do is there are American citizens who will be forced to show their papers, and that's never really been done before.
I don't know. I'm an American citizen, and I show my license to the policeman when he pulls me over. You show papers all the time in this country as an American citizen. I don't know why they would have a problem with that.
Well, you show papers, but you don't show papers to prove that you're an American citizen. And I think that a lot of people are worried about racial profiling and things like that. Look, it's a problem, and there's right and wrong on both sides. But I think the only way we're going to solve this problem is have immigration reform, let the 11 million who are here work their way to citizenship, and at the same time secure our borders.
Your point is clear. Representative, thank you very much. Good to have you here.